So welcome to the second session on fuzzing all the things. And in this session, we'll see papers on fuzzing application, input generation, and input mutation. So without further ado, let's welcome the presenter for the first paper. If you're in the room, yeah, feel free. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, good morning, everyone. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Hi. So just a quick announcement, and I'm sorry I'm late. I was deep in a discussion with somebody else outside. Please first state your name, and just keep in mind it's 20 minutes total. So 16 minutes for presentation and 4 minutes for questions. Thank you, okay, and sorry for.
Okay. Whew, I'm so nervous. Oh, okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. And my name is Zhenglin Kai, and I'm the third master student from Tsinghua University. The theme of this session is fuzz all the things. And today, I'm here to share our work, ReqsMiner, with all of you. Show that how we use it fuzzing the CDN. The next one is, so how can I control the? Okay. On the internet, there are many websites that use CDN servers. A CDN, or context delivered network, is a group of servers distributed in different locations around the world. As the infrastructure of today's internet, CDN improves the performance of the website like cache mechanism and provides security protection like DoS defense. In 2023, 61.5% of the top 10,000 popular websites improved their access quality using CDN service. According to the end-to-end principle, the process should uphold the integrity of the request during the forwarding process. However, this doesn't apply to CDN. CDN may alter the original message when forwarding a request. This results in difference between the initial request and the forwarded request. The reason for this may be the CDN own business purpose, such as improving cache hit rate or normalizing requests for security reasons. However, according to the related work, these request inconsistencies can lead to security issues. A case study is the range amp attack. An attack can launch an amplification DDoS attack against the servers via CDNs. But we found that the majority of request inconsistencies has been discovered manually in prior research, and this may result in some variation in the forwarding request being overlooked. So we want to find a way to systematically and efficiently mining for all forwarding request inconsistency in CDN. It's not easy to do that. We start with the idea of generating HTTP requests at test case using ABNF rules and automating the testing of the CDN. But there are some challenges in there. First, HTTP ABNF rules are unbounded. If we randomly generate 100 test cases, maybe only 5 of them are normal and effective. The second is that testing CDN costs a lot. We can't test CDN too many times, otherwise our wallet will soon be empty very fast. And last but not least, CDN is a black box, which means it's hard to get information out of it. We don't know what the code coverage is. We can only know what happened to a request before and after it passed through the CDN. And this challenge imparts both the efficacy and efficiency of testing. To address this challenge, we propose a new detection framework called ReqsMiner. As you can see in the right, this framework consists of 2 parts, rule generator and grammar phasing fuzzing. In rule generator, we combine the ABNF rules and field variable together to generate an ABNF grammar tree. In grammar-based fuzzing, we utilize fuzzing with the UTC RAN algorithm to enhance the fuzzing efficiency. Next, let me introduce more details of both parts. Before we start testing, we need to prepare something. So what are field variables? There are some predefined data stored as key variable pairs. We can get them from the RFC and actual web server log, and they can merge human knowledge into the general rules to improve generation efficiency. Just like the example below, we can get different language and Q variables from our headers, and there are lots of sorry. And there are lots of headers in the web server log. Then in Abs parser, we build the grammar tree based on the Abs loop. You can see there are 3 types of nodes in the grammar tree: AND, OR, and RAND. This separates present concatenation, selection, and repetition. Also, you can see the gray leaf, which represent letters and numbers and symbols. So now we have an ABS grammar tree. And the next one is rule fusion. It used to merge field variables into the grammar tree. We do this to increase the number of subtree of all nodes so that there will be more options for choice in the UCT RAND algorithm later. After completing the pre-work, we can start our testing now. As we mentioned earlier, there are some challenges in our fuzzing. So, inspired by reinforcement learning, we propose UCT range, a generation algorithm based on the UCT. A UCT is a variant of multi-carol algorithm in reinforcement learning, like game-playing AI. It uses the UCB formula to balance exploration and exploitation. And we replace the argmax function with the weighted random selection to get UCT rand. To present the algorithm in a more understandable way, we divide the generation algorithm into 4 phases: expansion, selection, simulation, and backpropagation. In the expansion phase, the request generator traverses the grammar tree starting from the root node. The traverse node produces a derivation tree that corresponds to an HTTP request. When traveling, the request generator uses different strategies at different nodes. If it is AND, it will traverse all subnodes. Otherwise, the generator will enter the selection phase. In the selection phase, if the node is a RAND node, the traversing time of the child node are decided at random. If it is all, then a random visited stop node is left for the next traversal. Sorry. If all subnodes has been exploited, the formula is used to determine the weight of all subnodes that select one randomly. So, during the simulation phase, the request generator transports visit node into HTTP requests and send them to the CDN via the client. Then the generator gets the forwarding status of the CDN from the servers and record it. In the backpropagation phase, the request generator updates the parameter of the algorithm for each node in the ABNF grammar tree based on the success of CDN forwarding. To evaluate the generation algorithm, we conduct some experiment. We did not choose false positive or true negative rate as metrics because it's very difficult for us to automate the determination of whether an inconsistency is harmless or not. So we choose effectiveness and exploration as metrics. We also choose 3 different generation algorithms: random, UCT, and UCT rand. For the result, we can see that as the number of test rounds increasing, the effectiveness of UCT rand in generating requests is slowly increasing. And the number of the grammar tree nodes exploited is also the most among the 3 algorithms. It showed that UCT ran successfully balanced efficiency and exploration. Then we deploy ReqsMiner on the server to do some other experiment. From RFC and the real web server log, we extract 442 ABNet rules and 63 sets of the field variables. Then systematically analyze 22 famous CDN servers, including Cloudflare, Akamai, Confluent, and Fastly. In our experiment, we found numerous CDN forwarding request inconsistencies, which appear in request line, head field, and message body. However, finding the inconsistencies is not the end. These differences are not equivalent to the potential security issues, so we need to do something more. The first thing that comes to our mind is HTTP application attack. We extend the ReqsMiner, enhance the analyze, embedding it to detect difference in traffic size. After the new experiment, we found 3 novel HTTP application attacks, including headamp, contamp, and AAMP. The application factor that can reach up to 2,000 generally, and even 1.92 million in some special conditions. So how serious is it? It means that an attacker can use a laptop or a mobile phone to launch a DDoS attack. No botnet is needed. In the eyes of the attack, CDN is the botnet. This attack affected 19 CDN and caused a total of 74 vulnerabilities. And this is the first attack, headamp attack. This reason for this is that some CDN converts the request to a GET request when forwarding the head request. If the attacker can use cache missing technology to avoid the CDN cache mechanism, attacker can choose the target resource which is cacheable by the CDN and then launch the headamp attack. And you can see the amplification factor of the attack increasing with the style of the target resource. So as long as the target resource is bigger, the factor will be greater. As you can see from the table, from the common 1 megabyte file, the amplification factor can be 1,720. If the file size is 1 gigabyte, the factor can reach up to 1.68 million. The second attack is contamp attack. The reason for this attack is that some CDN remove the conditional headers when forwarding the conditional request. And there are 5 types of the conditional headers, and each of which can be used in the contamp attack. The attack conditions are the same as headamp, so let's give and look at the effect of the attack. And the table on the right shows the factor of the attack using header name if non-matched. As with headamp attack, the application factor of the attack increases with the style of the target result. For a common 1 megabyte, the factor can be 1,915. And for file which the style is 1 gigabyte, the factor can be reached to 1.92 million. The third attack is AAMP attack. Some CDN will remove the step encoding headers when forwarding the request. This head indicated in what format the CDN responds the target result. Unlike the other 2 attacks, the higher the compression, the greater the amplification factor of the attack. So for common file, the factor can be 940. So this table shows all the vulnerability we found across 19 CDN providers, including Akamai, Aliyun, Cloudflare, Confluent, Fastly, and other well-known CDN providers. We had responsibly informed the affected CDN vendor about this vulnerability. 30 vendors replied to her, and 17 vendors confirmed the vulnerability, and 4 of them have already fixed it. Okay, to summarize the conclusion, we introduced a new detecting framework called ReqsMiner, designed specially for efficiently identifying CDN forwarding request inconsistencies. What's more, we found 3 new high-impact HTTP traffic application attacks. The application factor can reach up to 2,000 generated and even 1.92 million under special conditions. Furthermore, we discovered 74 vulnerabilities across 19 popular CDN providers. That's all. Thank you, and I welcome your question.
Thank you for the presentation. So any questions? There are microphones on both sides, so feel free to line up. In the meanwhile, I think I can ask a question to you, which is, when interacting with CDNs, usually there's some non-determinism, right? Like how they forward a request and how they respond to them. So how do you handle that in your system?
You mean how to handle the forwarding, right?
No, the non-determinism. For example, when dealing with the CDNs.
I can't understand clearly. So you mean how to determine the inconsistency
how to handle the randomness? Like, for example, you forward the request to the CDN may randomly forward the request to one of its subdomains, right? But in fuzzing, we want like reproducible bugs and stuff. So how do you handle? How do you?
Oh, okay. This is not important. In our work, we consist a system. A CDN is a whole system. So we don't need to know that the CDN forward to subnodes randomly. Yeah, we think it is a whole system, and so we do this system, we fuzzing this whole system. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, feel free.
Hello, this is Khan from Akamai. Well, thank you very much for sending us these papers all the time, first of all. So if somebody responds to this, probably me. It's just going to say Akamai InfoSec, but yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. So most of these vulnerabilities are actually known to most CDN vendors, right? So I'm not going to go into any details without my lawyers with me, but we know about these things most of the time, and they are usually implemented to opportunistically increase your chance of caching things. That being said, the attacks are very real, right? So if the attacker is aware of it, they can indeed abuse them. So my question is, have you ever, you or your lab, have you looked into some sort of cost-benefit analysis to actually doing this caching and then sacrificing and introducing these amplification attacks? Is it a worthwhile trade-off, in your opinion? Have you ever looked into this?
So what's your question? I can't understand very clearly.
Okay, maybe we should take this offline, but all I'm saying is, so things like dropping range requests to upgrade them to a full request, for example, these are made so that CDNs can cache things.
Oh.
Right, so it is intentional. At the same time, the attacks are real. So I'm looking forward to the day somebody comes up with a cost-benefit analysis showing whether that's a good thing or a bad thing in the long run.
Okay.
Right, just some food for thought then.
Okay.
We'll talk offline. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let's thank the speaker again. So.